up and they slowly disappear, abandoning a boat that got too hard to steer, losing a game they're not playing, gone to sea, twisting in the wind. But on the darkest night I see most clear way to anywhere but here. I'm blinded to the big picture, but just before morning, Jupiter, the circus used to stop by in the banner years, but nothing secret left us sober sightseer. Losing a game I'm not playing, gone to sea, twisting in the wind. But on the darkest night I see most clear the way to anywhere but here. I'm blinded to the big picture, but just before morning, Jupiter. Surely it can't get any worse. 90 days on the surf. The healing comes with admitting I hear. So just before morning, clear.
Okay, so the the part at the end with the text makes a lot more sense. So he is trapped. He's like trapped, like waiting to wake up from a nightmare. Well, so that's a quote then. That does explain this version of the video. I don't feel like the song changed, but I might not have realized it changed. Like, maybe it did change, but it sounded just like the other version of it. So I want to actually listen to every single one, but I don't feel like there's much to say about this one that it wasn't, like, it did add to the understanding of it a little bit more with it being a nightmare. But I felt like having the angels like that, like, instead of horns, like, usually if you would see something like, it kind of seems like instead of like the way you would see an old painting of saints with the sort of like halos that look like suns around the head. Instead, it's at first I was thinking the straw angels are supposed to be like referencing that, maybe with the lines out like that, but then the fact that there were two made it almost like horns, which is a very interesting idea, like angels for horns. So kind of like, I guess, the idea of like religion to the point that it is corrupted, and instead of it being pure, it's sinister. It becomes evil and binding, and he's covered in what looks like kind of like a body bag, honestly. Like, he looks like he's supposed to be dead. But then he tosses the angel out into the water, which could mean many different things. It could mean that he was being basically persecuted by enough people who are not actually Christians, but who are just religious, and they were trying to push off their ways of looking at how he should live his life on him, and he was being killed by it. Maybe that's the idea. And so he, in order to wake up, he's tossing aside the things that are like like cutting off people who are zealots, but they're not zealots in a good way. The word, like when you look at that kind of though, I mean, there are people who are religious who are not actually religious to a biblical faith, but there are people who are religious for other sort of concepts of thinking and stuff, and so it could really be like any sort of thing like that. Anyway, very fascinating though. I mean, it was confusing a little because I was like, wait, this is the same song and it doesn't sound different, really. But I'll watch the other two and see what I think of them.